Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021, in the evening. I'm Jeremy Crosby, full of it still, and glad to be back with you today. Thank you for Andrew for filling in yesterday on both shows. I'm back off tomorrow, so you get him back. Maybe he's the new guy. I don't know. Just saying.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You sure?
Yep.
I wish they could see a camera back there because you're wearing our headset now, our sports headset. So you look like all official. Like, all right, and here they come down the right corner, and then down the left.
Hey, it works.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure why you would be calling a race when you have that on, but that's what you would be doing.
Well, you know, whatever works.
Well, either way, thank you for filling in. And he filled in at a perfect time because today is like a very quick show. So he had a longer show. I get the short show, and he gets another good long show tomorrow. So I got lucky either way. We'll be taking you out to the ribbon cutting. So Andrew talked about this yesterday. Ribbon cutting happening for the pickleball courts. We'll take you out to that event. Plus, we check in with the city administrator. Andrew has that sitting down with Chad Brecklin, our city administrator, talking about redistricting and other topics. We've got that coming up for you today. So we'll get you here a couple of headlines. We start with the South Saline Road closure. It's been expanded now. Work is continuing. They're doing some work down in this area between Aurora Avenue and Hilltop Road. This is what it says here. South Saline Road will be closed to local traffic. And this is from September 22nd through November 1st to facilitate the water main installation and road construction. You can see where the detour is here. You should use those detours when you can. Irish Lane, though, will remain open during this time, and you can still get through the area. One lane will be open, but you should take the detour when you can. For more information regarding this project, you can contact Tracy Foss, Fitchburg Public Works, 270-4272. Pick Me Up at the Border 2021 is coming up this Friday. You want to check this out? 3 different levels of rides. And, of course, I've already told you that Andrew is going all the way down to the state line. He's going to Illinois. Okay, so maybe he won't do the 80-mile. He'd probably do the 10-mile walk. Not even the 5-mile walk, maybe. You're a walker. And I'm a biker, but I'm still not into that far of biking yet. But the 25-mile might be good. Whatever the case may be, this is a big fundraiser for Bike Fitchburg, $15 donation. Plus, you do have to pick up the fee for the state trail pass, which you can get a day pass pretty easily the day of the event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Head to their website to get signed up. Fitchburg Community Safety events coming up here in Fitchburg, as you know. No open house this year, but the fire department will be taking their events on the road. There he is, Smokey. He'll be out for 2 different Sparky. Sparky, Smokey, same difference. All right, well, okay, so it's not dog, bear, whatever. Join the fire department and recognize Fire Prevention Month with the community safety events. There'll be live demonstrations, fire safety presentations. You'll also be able to meet Fitchburg police officer in Fitch, Rona EMS, Eagles Jamestown Park, and Traceway Drive are the 2 locations. And we'll look forward to seeing you out there. October 20th. It's Jeremy's anniversary, so you won't see him that day, but I'll be at the other one for sure. So I hope to see you out there as well. Andrew, do I got time for one more? All right, here we go. State Patrol says, please be safe, patient on rural roads. Yeah. Happy fall, everybody. But you know what happens in the fall? Yeah, combining. All the corn comes down. So please be careful. Give tractors plenty of space as they're doing the road. I wouldn't be in such a hurry out in the rural roads. Take your time, plan ahead. You know what happens in October, happens every year with this, and we want to make sure that you stay safe. We got a lot of rural area here in Fitchburg and a lot of agricultural work to be had. So slow down and be safe as you work through the fall. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up our digest. We'll take you out to the brand new pickleball courts in McGaw Park as we cut some ribbon last night and did some smashes, from smashing. Be right back.
It It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at, underlay, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg in the digest. Today we're going to take you out to the pickleball ribbon cutting. It happened at McGaw Park last night. And yeah, it was a lot of fun out there. I haven't even got to see this piece, so I'm excited. Let's take a look at these new courts.
Certainly on behalf of the city of Fitchburg, I'd like to welcome all of you to our official ribbon cutting of our pickleball courts. And as you may imagine, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that have to work together in order to make a facility like this happen. And certainly all of you folks that contact the elders and the mayor and all of those kinds of things. Those are really things that help support these kinds of projects to come to fruition. And we really, certainly envision this as an investment in our community. There's a lot of potential economic development, if you would, with tournaments and those kinds of things. And this property is really from the family farm of Fahey Fields. Fahey Fields development over here has happened, and the way the ordinances work is when the development comes in, they're required to give us parkland, which is the land that we have here, and then they're also required to give us dollars to build the park. So if it wasn't for Mr. Fahey and his development, this, the park and the improvements would certainly not be here. Also, I do need to recognize the Capital Area Pickleball Association. The way things happen is for us to be as efficient as we possibly can, we work with groups who are pros at it, and certainly their organization is, 500 strong, and we're really going to rely on them to work with the rec department. Certainly, the play that we saw today, we've got to do lessons and leagues and all of those kinds of things, but they're really going to be our partner in programming. Along with facility improvements.
I want to let you know, as Scott said, we're actually almost 600 members strong at Kappa across the county, 40 of which live right here in Fitchburg. Our goal as an association is to promote the sport of pickleball through social events and through advocating for additional courts like we're on today throughout the county. Want to help provide members the opportunities to learn the sport and to improve, and to really help spread the word about all things pickleball in the area. A lot of people to thank. We'll thank, of course, Mayor Aaron Richardson, who's here. He was instrumental in making this happen, being a strong supporter of these courts and a strong supporter of pickleball. Just a quick story. A few years ago, I was playing pickleball in Oregon High School on the gym floor, and that's regular pickleball. And I met a guy and playing with him, and had a good time. And came home the next day, opened up the Fitchburg Star, and it was a list of who's running for mayor. And wow, I just played pickleball with that guy. This is a year ago or so. This was just a field. It's amazing to be standing on pickleball courts today. I'm speaking for myself when I say this, but I know other people feel this way as well. Fitchburg is known for many great things, but I think it's the parks and recreation that is one of its greatest draws. People come from all over the county to Fitchburg to play in the parks and in the playgrounds, to ride on our bike paths, to play sports in our fields, to go on leisurely walks. So, given the rapid growth and popularity of this sport, it just made sense for Fitchburg to be a destination for pickleball.
A number of years ago, my dad decided he had had enough of the winters here in Wisconsin, and he was going to move to the St. George area full time. And so he got out there, and I'd heard about pickleball, and he starts telling me about he's going almost every day, it seemed like, to go and play pickleball. And I'm going, I knew it was popular, I knew it was getting popular, but how many people are really playing this? And he's telling me about these facilities with 24 courts, and I think there's 32 court facilities, and it just blew my mind. And so as I talked to him, he just kept talking more and more about all the games he would play and the tournaments he would go to. And as I did more research, I realized, wow, this is a fun sport. He would come back and I would play with him, and he is better than me. I don't like to admit that. He plays a lot more than me, though, so I'd like to think that that's part of the reason why. But, as I learned more and I met people like Mark, I really realized that this was something that we need here in Fitchburg as well, to really have this not only for our residents, but also to bring other people to our community as well. Got everyone? All right. 1, 2, 3.
All right. All right, there you have it. I got to get out there. I got a pickleball bracket. I want to get out there and do some playing and taking on Andrew. He doesn't have a racket, but we'll get him one. We're going to take a quick break. Coming up next, we open up our guest segment. We'll be sitting down with the city administrator as we have an update on what's happening here in Fitchburg next, right here on Talking Fitchburg.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Hello and welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today I have the pleasure of sitting down with our city administrator, Chad Brecklin. Chad, how are you doing today?
Good, Andrew. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Nice to sit down with you. It's been a little bit since I sat with you. I think actually last time I sat with you was your last interview with us as police chief. And
that may have been. I don't remember the exact timing, but it is definitely good to sit down and chat with you. They say variety is the spice of life. So between mixing it up between you and Jeremy, that's got to be a good thing, right?
Exactly. You always got to keep everyone on their toes, depending who you're going to talk to. And, our interview styles, I know are different. So,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
And, we can let Jeremy know that it's good to mix it up now and then, since he's not here to defend himself.
And he would be absolutely fine with that. Is the more mixing of him not on TV, he'd be absolutely fine with that. So we'll keep that on. We'll keep that on a down low and just you're good. Everyone likes you, Jeremy. So. All right, well, today we're going to get a little bit of an update from the city. We're going to talk about a few public information meetings coming up, and then some other topics as well. So first, we're going to talk about a little bit of, we got a public meeting coming up next week on the 29th for the Sain Road reconstruction project.
Yeah, so Andrew, as you mentioned, there is a public information meeting scheduled for next week on the 29th in regards to the Sain Road reconstruction project. There is currently a portion of Sain Road that is already under construction. That specifically is Sain Road just to the south of Lacey Road and down towards Hilltop Drive. Hilltop Road is the current area that's generally under construction for some water main sewer related work, and then some roadway reconstruction. That will hopefully wrap up in time for the construction season this year, but there have been a couple of delays on that project or portion of the project, and they may have to just make sure they can get some things finished in time for the construction season, and some other portions of that section may need to wait until next year. But also the section north of Lacey Road to McCoy Road, or West Clayton Road really is the next section that's up for reconstruction. Part of that will be done in 2022 is the current thought process of the engineering department. And obviously this meeting will be an opportunity for the public to learn more from the engineering department on what the plans are for that particular portion of the project, what section might be done in 2022 and what sections may be done and beyond that. There's also some plans to redesign the intersection at Sain Road and McCoy Road that has some grant funds potentially tied to it as well that can affect some of the timelines here. But again, this is an opportunity for the public to participate in the process, learn more about what the design plans are for that stretch of road, and what the timing is.
All right, so again, coming out on Wednesday, the 29th, next week, 5:30 to 7:30. We do have in person here at the council chambers, but we do, and the city does recommend to do the Zoom feature to come on if you do want to participate. We will be able to have you on Zoom, and we can get you that info and how to sign up for that to join us. Also, another meeting happening the next night is actually the Parks Plan, their 10-year update through pretty much the entire city, and kind of a comprehensive plan of all the parks, open spaces, and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another opportunity for our community to provide some input and stay engaged with their government. As you mentioned, on a regular basis, the Parks Department will update, or the city will update its parks and open space plan. So this is an opportunity again for our people to participate in that process, learn more about what goes into creating or updating that parks and open space plan. That plan, as it's updated moving forward, will ultimately be approved by the Park Commission, at least any changes to it, and then forwarded on to the City Council for further consideration and hopefully ultimate adoption. And again, that plan will cover multiple years, approximately the next 5 to 10 years of park planning and open space planning and management for the city. So again, I would encourage people to participate in that meeting. And I think, as you've mentioned, there is an option to attend in person here at City Hall, although the preferred method of attendance is through virtual means, through the Zoom link that's provided, and you can register for that on the city's website.
Yep, and that one will be 6:30 to 8:30 again on that on the 30th on that Thursday. And yeah, same rules apply there, in person or virtual, between both of those public information meetings.
Yeah, and I think in that particular case, you can also reach out directly to our Parks and Recreation Director, Scott Endel, for the link to that particular meeting as well. So his email is listed on the city's website.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and again, for people wanting to participate on Zoom, that is for participating public members. So if you wanted to speak on something, that would be using. Otherwise, if you want to just view, please go either in chambers, or please join us on our F3 Gov channel or online, and to be able to just watch the meeting. Now we're going
Absolutely.
to go
Bring up a
to,
good point there, Jeremy. If I may just, I'm sorry, Andrew, if I may.
Yes.
Just kind of deviate just slightly off topic of the ability to view those meetings and presentations on the Fact TV F3 channel. I just want to reiterate, we're very fortunate to have you and the rest of the Fact TV team who does such a great job of broadcasting all city meetings so that our public does get an opportunity to see what is happening in its government and an opportunity to stay informed without having to be present at all of these meetings. You're streaming these meetings and they can be viewed when people have the time and the ability to do that. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. And we want to make sure everything is viewable and, as a city, we want to be transparent. So making sure everyone's available and it's available as many places as possible to be viewed if you're unable to make it, especially during this pandemic time we've had in the last year and a half. Also, now we're going to move on to some redistricting, and that's kind of happening fast here, that all of that has to happen. Why don't you explain a little bit about the redistricting process?
Yeah, so tied to the 10-year census, municipalities, counties, and states all do a redistricting process as it relates to potential changes in where people are living, population growth, and those sorts of things. So obviously there was a census in 2020. Typically this process would have been in progress already, but due to a delay in getting census data, the process has been delayed till now. Normally it would have started in May or June, but ultimately, we're getting started here in the coming weeks with the local redistricting here in Fitchburg. So our timeline is contingent upon Dane County completing its redistricting process. And Dane County anticipates having 3 maps of options available for the county board to review, and then ultimately, ideally adopt one of those options on October 14th. We here in Fitchburg have approximately 3 weeks to then do our redistricting process, have that approved by City Council, and then forward it back to Dane County for inclusion in the redistricting process. Normally we have about 60 days to do this process. And as you can see by the current timeline, we have been afforded approximately 3 weeks to get this work done. We have a couple of things that folks may find of interest. We do have an ad hoc redistricting committee that's been put together. That committee consists of 6 community members, 1 from each of the current 4 aldermanic districts, and then 2 at-large community members, 1 specifically representing the rural portion of Fitchburg as an at-large member. There are 3 staff members as part of this redistricting committee, and then the mayor is part of the committee, as well as the chair, Randy Udell, Alder Udell, as well. So we are looking in the coming week to 2 weeks to create a specific web page on the city's website that will provide information on the redistricting process. It will have some links back to the state site with a lot of redistricting information, as well as a link back to the Dane County redistricting website, and then some additional information about the Fitchburg's process specifically. So I would encourage folks who have an interest in the redistricting process to check that website. The meetings of the committee will be available for the public to view. There'll also be an opportunity for the public to provide their input as well into the redistricting process. So city staff will begin to identify some potential modifications based upon the census data that's been provided to us. We are under a number of guidelines that we have to abide by. Specifically, the districts need to have some continuity to them. We don't want to create any islands or have irregularly shaped districts. the wards have to align with the county supervisory districts so that we don't have a ward that spans multiple county supervisory districts. And then based upon our population, our wards have to have a population range of between 600 to 2,100 within each of those wards by accordance to the guidelines. So again, I would encourage folks to pay attention to that process and participate where you have those opportunities. And again, Fact TV and the city website are good resources to utilize to stay up to date on that whole process.
Yes, and as Chad said, we'll make sure to keep everyone up to date here on Talking Fitchburg and on our Facebook and YouTube pages. When the meetings are, when the this part of the website is put up for information. And again, this is there is somewhat of a public process to this too, right, Chad? So public are able to attend and participate in at least some of these meetings.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely a public opportunity for participation in this process. We want to be as open and transparent. I know those are sometimes overused words, but that is definitely something we are striving to do with this entire process here. And we definitely encourage participation by our community members.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you, Chad, for your time today. We got really caught in on those topics, which was great. Redistricting's it's a big task, and you have a small amount of time to do it for the city this year compared to what you would normally get. So there's lots to do in those few weeks during the redistricting process. So again, everyone, keep up to date on the city website. And again, if you have any questions, I'm sure we can contact you, Chad, as well as any other of the department heads that you may want to get in contact with about your questions.
Yeah, absolutely. My email address is on the city website, as is my phone number. Our department heads are also listed. And then I also would encourage folks that we do have what's called a Notify Me feature on our website, which allows you to enter in an email address and check areas of interest that you may have to receive notification about, events, meetings, and certain other things that are all happening here at City Hall.
Yeah, it does work well. We sign up for it here in the Fact TV area to make sure we don't miss anything either, and they definitely get used. So if you are interested, use that for sure. The Notify Me is a very nice feature to have for our website. All right, again, thank you, Chad, and we'll speak to you next month on your next update.
Sounds good. Thank you, Andrew. Enjoy your day.
Yes, you as well. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be coming right back with more Talking Fitchburg.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for today, I want to thank Chad Brecklin and Andrew helping out the interview there yesterday. We've got that interview plus the full ribbon cutting from the pickleball courts opening last night up on our Facebook and YouTube page. And hey, where are those pages located? Well, Andrew's got you covered right now. Okay, so he was a little fast today. He beat me. Find us on Facebook and YouTube. And please check us out on Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku. Have a good day, everybody.